And again, I assure you, walang mga abuso sa inyo under my watch. And I'm going to do it in the next 10 years of our lives in the city of Manila. Despite of this lack of or neglect of fiscal management of the past, we will cure and heal this. And in fact, kahit na kami walang pera, gusto kong gamitin ang pagkakataon na ito ipaalam sa inyo at sa inyong mga kaibigan that we already passed, despite of no money, we already passed the new General Tax Amnesty Ordinance in the city of Manila will be effective tomorrow, July 18. Let me begin, and I hope pagpapasensyahan nyo, gagawin kong report card ang araw na ito para sa inyo. Dala ng marami naman sa inyo dito, one way or another, as a story to tell or experience with the city of Manila. At marami rin sa inyo dito, naghahanap buhay sa Maynila. So I would rather take this as an opportunity for me to report to you at the very least on what transpired for the past 2 weeks in the city of Manila nung ako'y mag-assume ng ating bagong mandato, the overwhelming mandate given to me by the people of Manila. And I'm grateful for it. But usually, when you assume the office of the mayor, or particularly mayor of Manila, you will feel that you're on top of the mountain. Just imagine, you are the mayor of the capital of the country. Diba? Talagang ano yan, ano ka yan, nasa purgatorio. Malapit ka na sa langit. Sort of saying, yan ang normal mong nararamdaman. Like, you know, what the line in Frank Sinatra's song that most of you here like to sing in the bathroom. I am the king of the hill, top of the heap, sabi nga. But only to realize that I was standing on a heap of trash and mountain of death. Yes, it's true. Anyway, wala namang halalan ngayon. So, setting aside politics, stating facts, and I, for one, is a believer, personal belief, that by accepting that there is a problem, you just started solving it. Yun ang unang solusyon ng pagresolba ng problema. Yung tanggapin mong at huwag mong ikubli at ilagay ang alikabok sa ilalim ng alpombra. You are now starting to solve the problem. So, today, you'll not feel that we're gonna point finger, but just stating facts. Because some of you, may magbubukas pang 7 tindahan sa Maynila ngayong taon na ito. So, I better say, let's call spade a spade, and let's move on with our lives. And otherwise, a broom is a figure of speech that enlivens inaugural speech. Katulad ng nasabi ko na, ginagamit bilang palamuti ng isang talumpati, halimbawa na, wawalisin ko ang walang silbing program. In my case, I have to literally will one sweep away the trash, choking the streets of the city we love. Para paputiin ang Maynila, kailangan kuskusin ng mga libag, kayuri ng kadugyutan. Sa kapal, hindi naging sapat ang walis. We have to backhoe. That is literal. I think you've seen it in so many social media already. Bulldoze and those uncollected garbage. The first time heavy equipment was used to clear the streets of Manila since the end of World War II. Yes, that's kind of state that we had when I assumed office. That is why I issued Executive Order number 3, mandating all 896 barangay and City Hall employees in charge of LGU buildings to conduct citywide cleanup drives and declogging operations 6 to 11 a.m. every single Saturday. It's madalit salita, talagang whatever is left with regard to our resources, which in this case, human resources, we are now aligning ourselves to clean up our drainage system, streets, and so on and so on. Even the walls of buildings, nangadugyot ba at naging baniling dingding. Dahil ang libag, pag hindi kinuskos, nagiging banil at mahirap nang tanggalin. At makikita po ninyo yan kung inyo pong sisiyasatin yung aking sinabi at nangyari na sa mga hashtag sa inyong mga social media account. Linis ko Maynila and hashtag Make Manila Clean Again. There you will see hundreds of photos and videos posted by our 896 barangay officials. This will be implemented in a sustainable, focused, and sustainable speed. This will be done repeatedly, daily, and consciously, and consistently. That I guarantee. Sabi nga ni Kaloy kanina 24 oras. Marami naman nagmamalasakit sa akin. Lagi akong tinatawagan ng atensyon. Kaya sabi sa akin sa Facebook ko, Yorme, matulog ka naman. Ang sagot ko, huwag niyong pinoproblema yung walang tulog. Ang mahirap yung walang gising. Hindi po ito ningas kugon. Ito ay magpapatuloy na inilulunsad natin. And if I may share to you my personal observation when I saw what happened to New York in the 80s, and they launched a very simple, basic program, and they call it, it's a well-known concept in governance, or what you call broken window concept. Just imagine, with just one idea, and it may sound petty, but look at New York now compared to the early 80s. So, kaya po ipagpapatuloy natin yun. They are not passing fancies nor a fad. They are operating systems that will make Manila great again. Ano man yan, uulit-ulitin ko. Araw-arawin ko. At gagabi-gabihin ko. Until it becomes a habit and develop into second nature for the community. Sa mga nag-yoga, makaka-relate sa akin dito. Iniba ko lang ng konti. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Now, let me tell you what we have done in the past 2 weeks. In my first 2 weeks in office, I have organized and presided over 78 meetings. Activities from 12:01 p.m. of June 30, 2020. Conducted 16 site and field inspection, covering activities such as street sweeping, estero declogging, opening floodgates, and checking the maintenance and operations of our LGU 6 hospital, soon to be Sabi ko nga sa Rotary Club of Manila, maya-maya, pagtapos kong mag-sad story, baka naman. Soon to be 7 hospital in Baseco, Manila. We led the immediate distribution of financial assistance to 7 sites affected by fires. Ang sumalubong ko sa akin, 7 sunog agad. We met with Manila Regional Trial Court judges as well as city prosecutors to address their concerns. In my first 2 weeks, I have already convened, would you imagine, twice the local health board, convened twice the local school board, convened twice the City Risk Reduction Management Council, and convened the Manila Police Peace and Order Council. This reflects our priority. Maaliwalas na Maynila, panatag na pamumuhay. Wala pang tosgas. Mura pa. But I think our people deserves those basic, what we call the, sa totoo lang ano nga ito if I may borrow Kaloy's word kanina, elementary of governance. Totoo po yun. Ito po ay hindi lamang bilis kilos na napanood ninyo nung unang term ko. And we will brand this as Yormes 2.0. Kasi doble din ang problema ko ngayon. In 2 weeks, I have already signed total 25 executive orders to ensure that our city runs smoothly and effectively from day one. These are the orders. Some of them. Restoring the practice of good moral and right conduct for our city officials and employees. Balik elementary kami. Madalit salita para mas maintindihan ng ibang mga nakikinig. Ito po ay tawag natin nung araw, may extra grade, GMRC. Because I think not only government or employees, medyo nakaligtaan na natin yung ipinamana sa ng ating mga nakatatanda. At itinuro naman sa atin sa paralan. In fact, nung araw, kulang mag-volunteer ako magbunot ng classroom at mag-floor wax ng floor dahil sayang din, may plus 10 points sa GMRC yun. Nawala. Nawala na yung kusa at malasakit. And I hope our fellow, more or less 20,000 employees, we start sa loob ng tahanan namin para yung nasa labas ng tahanan namin, mga kapitbahay namin, siya namang tularan. Declaring open governance policy. Kaya madalas nyo kami mapanood sa Facebook. Not because we wanted to be famous, but because we wanted you to be informed. That's the purpose of it. It's not about showbiz. It's not about being an actor. Hindi na po namin kailangan magpasikat. Sikat na po kami. Kaya nga po kami binoto ng taong bayan. But the thing is, I think you deserve, at the very least, you deserve to know what is happening in our government. Yeah? Maaring hindi perfecto, pero at least alam mo kung saan tutungo. Saan ang galing, saan tutungo. Anong naganap, anong nagaganap, at anong magaganap. Para naman sa ganoon, katulad ninyo rito, may mga ibang negosyante na tumatanaw kung saan pupunta ang pamahalaan dahil ang negosyante ay siya namang sumasabay sa tatahakin ng pamahalaan. Most likely. No? Kaya nga kayo nag-aantabay, lalo na sa mga investor, nag-aantabay kayo ng CPI, nag-aantabay kayo ng GDP, nag-aantabay kayo ng mga numero ng mga ekonomista because alam niyo kung paano nyo dadalhin ang inyong mga sarili hanap buhay. And that's the basic, the micro part of that is what we are doing in Manila. And in the same manner, we utilize this open governance to empower our people, for them to talk, for them to say their piece respectfully. Because I don't get bothered with noise. When you have complaints, when you have requests, and needs to be attended by the government, and that is the immediate way of reaching to your leaders. And there is science on it. And that is what we call the open governance policy. Mas ma-access nyo kami. Mas makakausap nyo kami. Eh nagpunta nga yung ating mga opisyalis. Nakita nila, naka-t-shirt na lang ako. Wala nang cheche-boreche. We finish what we can finish today. Tomorrow is another day. That's how it is right now in the city. Because we really wanted to go fast. Kasi napa-atras kami. Nung araw ay umaabante na kami. But now, anyway, that's water under the bridge. We move on. Kaya yung ating mga gawain sa mga committee and local special boards was done in less than 2 weeks, so that it will be very clear to them, whether they are in the health board, the school board, where are we going in the next 6 months of the remainders of this year. And in the coming almost about 8 weeks or 10 weeks from now, we will redesign or redirect the resources of Manila for 2026 and 2027 and the next 10 years of our lives. So kung ano may natira ngayon, ayusin natin, mag-inam tayo, mag-sinop tayo, at least by the time when the budget call for this year or budget next year, meron ng bagong direksyon based on our plan and aspirations in the city of Manila. Good news. Bad news, we are operating at negative 10.2 billion. Wala na tayo, huwag na tayo maglagay ng asukal. Huwag na natin patamisin ang mga salita. Sabi ko kanina, tanggapin na natin katotohanan. Price we have to pay. But mind you, hindi magkalala. Sanay ako nang wala. We can operate with nothing. We will continue to govern. But having said that, despite of this lack of or neglect of fiscal management of the past, we will cure and heal this. And in fact, kahit na kami walang pera, gusto kong gamitin ang pagkakataong na ito ipaalam sa inyo at sa inyong mga kaibigan that we already passed, despite of no money, we already passed the new General Tax Amnesty Ordinance in the City of Manila, will be effective tomorrow, July 18. And what would be my reason? Sometimes it seems illogical. Wala ka nang ng pera. Nag-amnestiya ka pa. Opo, there is, and I may be wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, based on my experience in the city government for the last almost 3 decades, magtatatlong taon na po ako sa pamahalang lokal. Marami sa mga negosyante natin, iniligaw ng landas as if nakakuha sila ng diskwento. Itinuro sa kanila yung mas murang bayarin. Kunwari. But sa totoo lang, ito yung mga biniktimang dinala sa farm. And you know, and we already know, Pag ikay nadala sa farm, you'll be a cow. Oh. Sa Tagalog, taon-taon kang magiging bakahan. Eh ano ba ginagawa natin sa baka? Ginagatasan. Yes, bumalik sila. Tumigil na yan eh. Patotoo lang. Pinagkokonyatan ko na yan nung unang term ko eh. Kaya lang sa 3 taong kung pagkakawala, naging habit na naman ng mga institutionalized individuals. But then again, so that they can come out clean and be forgiven, and thereby free yourself from future harassment by people who harass you and profit from your situation. Bibigyan ko kayo ng pagkakataon na itama na muli at hindi kayo ma-penalize. Kapwa-tawad, sort of saying. Then we move on. Kaya sabihin nyo sa inyong mga mahal sa buhay, kamag-anak at mga kapwa nagnenegosyo sa Maynila. Ayan na yung mga tulongges. Ayaw mapakinggan yung sasabihin. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. But, this is an opportunity for us to start with zero. Because I'm a believer of simple mathematics also. 1,000% times zero is still zero. Kaya may ginang itama. Pangalawa, this is our message. Also, message sent. And we're sending to each and every one of you na ang pamahalang lungsod ng Maynila ay malawak ang pang-unawa at pag-intindi sa mga naghahanap buhay at naninirahan sa ating lungsod ng Maynila. In first 2 weeks also, I have already signed executive orders and other ordinances, but also prioritizing public safety. In fact, in less than 24 hours, I convened the first command conference with our men and women uniformed personnel of the Manila Police District. The effort and the direction of the city is gusto ko yung mga taga-lungsod natutulog, mahimbing, walang ingay ng motor. Pagod ka na nga maghapon, nakatayo, nagtitinda eh. Itutulog mo na lang eh. May tulonggis pa sa kalsada. Gusto ko yung mga bata maibalik ang pagkalang sa magulang at pagsunod sa magulang na kapag maghahating gabi na, weo na, logto na. That's why we initiated bring back the curfew ordinance to safekeep the kids, properly guide them na ang kalsada hindi battleground. Pagkagabi, para tumangkad ka, matulog ka ng maaga. That's what we are, people. Ang tanong, malayong panahon ba yun? Lumang panahon ba yun na nakaugalian namin? Hindi po. 3 dekada pa lang ang nakakaraan. Kami nung araw, sansuwi. Hindi ko alam, yung mga matatanda dito, kung gano'n din kayo. Kami mga sansuwi nung araw. Sansut-sut, uwi. Uwi na. Why? Because they care. The elders, our neighbors would tell, uy, gabi na bata, uwi ka na. And we wanted that way. The more they are with their parents, I think the probability of being safe is higher than there in the streets of Manila. Like in the case of Tuesday incident. at 2 p.m. Kasi natakot sila mag-riot sa gabi dahil may curfew. Ang ginawa ng mga loko, sarap po niya tanong. Ang ginawa naman, sinurkumbent yung batas. O tanghali tayo mag-riot. O, alas 2 ng hapon, nasa Lacson. O, nasa plaza. O, nasa kalsada. O, but, sabi ko nga sa inyo, may gobyerno na sa Maynila. Yung 3 of age, they are now in jail. Yes. The other 3, minor. They went back to school na. Sarap lang pitingin sa tenga. Alam mo yung tatay mo nung araw? Tigas ang ulo mo eh. Mind you, if you are of age and created the shenanigans and other things, make sure will make you held liable and will throw the books to you. Ano to, no ifs, no buts. Fair and square. Because, alam niyo naman ng Maynila, no? It's a very unique city. Very unique. I'm happy I'm here in Manila Polo Club. Wow. Sarap. And I think less than 100 meters from this location, you will see Dasmariñas Village, Forbes Park, BGC. You know, we don't have those kind of things here. It's a very dynamic city, you know. Masalimuot. But that's how it should be addressed. Day in, day out, in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Kaya huwag kayong magsawa sa amin na kapag araw-araw nililinis ko, tapos maya-maya may babalik, bukas lilinisin ko rin. Kasi ang challenge ko sa lahat ng mga empleyado ng gobyerno at pulis, di baling magkakulani tayo sa kilikili, kakaulit at kakaulit. Hayaan mo magkakulani rin sila ng katigasan ng ulo nila. It's either magsawa sila at matuto sila o magsawa tayo, wag na tayo maggobyerno. So we must pursue, we must continue until the day, or what you call, thy kingdom come. Until the day na matuto ang tao, maging responsable muli sa kanyang sarili, sa kanyang pamilya, sa kanyang komunidad. That is our goal. And we will not stop. So, to the peace and order situation, I guarantee you. And this is the deal. Ito, maliwanag to. Narinig to ng mga lesbo. And I want you to hear this also if you're living in Manila and doing business in Manila. Or even passing by Manila. Sabi ko, sa Maynila ngayon maaaring hindi ko mapigilan ang krimen na maaaring gawin ng isang individual. Maaari. Diba? At siya'y nakalusot, nakatakbo. Matapos siyang gawin ang mapanakit o makapanira ng kabuhayan o krimen sa kanyang kapwa. But I guarantee you, tatalupan ko ang buong Pilipinas, makuha sila at mapapanagot sa mata ng batas ng ating husgado. Yes. I'm sorry, Mr. Bidel. I hope you understand. In short English form, there is certainty in Manila. That's the gist. Once you commit crimes, damage to property and life in Manila, we may pay na mahinto or mapigilan, maandapan. But, pag ginawa mo, hahabulin ka namin. We will spend all our resources, existing resources, to go after you. And in fact, I'm gonna tell you, in less than 2 weeks, an 18-year case. 18-year case. Found guilty of murder. Living like a normal person in our society. We apprehended them. Went back to the court. Now they're in jail. 35 years. Cold case. 35 years. Mukha na nga, hindi na nga makilala yung suspect eh. Sa edad. Nahuli natin. And now, he will be sent to Bogo, Bacolod, where the court will take cognizance of the... Patay na yung kanyang mga kasamang suspect. Sentensyado yung mga kasama niya. Laya na nga yung iba sa tagal. Naparol na eh. Pero ito, 35 years. Namuhay Namuhay ng normal among ourselves, with our kids around. Committed the heinous crime in the past. And the recent one, and I think you're very familiar with this. There is an incident last May 18, which I'm not a mayor yet, and it happened to another city. A victim, TNBS victim of... grabe ito, masama yung tsura nitong krimen na ito. And it became cold case when I assumed office. A few days thereafter, the family of the suspects went to me through the airport of Awisia and wanted to surrender. 3 of them in the video, in the audio recording of that victim, the car of that victim. No? Imagine niyo yung pain of the wife and the family, but the body of the suspect is nowhere to be found since May 18. Now, in our own little way, as we commit to the people of Manila and to you guys who will pass by the city of Manila, we'll go after them. And that case was resolved a few days ago by surrendering the 3 suspects and turned over to NBI. And a few, like literally a few hours thereafter, the body of the victim was found in Nueva Ecija, rotting. And I feel bad for the Cabrera family, but I'm happy that the city government is part of, or at least the bridge for them to makuha ang hustisya sa kanilang mahal sa buhay. So, now you see, Maliwalas, Panatag. And now we are about to confront the fiscal problem of the city. Before I came here, I just went to GSIS. And a few days ago, I went to BIR because we have about 4.4 billion obligation. And GSIS 325 million obligation. And also to Meralco, to Maynilad, to Manila Water, to the internet. Yes. In fact, nagpapasalamat ako sa Meralco, Manila Water, Maynilad. Binigyan po kami, pag-assume ko, 2 days after, binisita po kami ni Judith. In Judith. Notice of disconnection. Tatamahan yung aming eskwelahan, pangkolehiyo, hospital, city hall, and some offices. That's hindi man pwede pagkaila yung si Judith eh. Talagang may may lista. Notice of disconnection. Yeah? But I am fortunate. Sabi ko, ako, laway-laway muna tayo ngayon. Bigyan mo lang ako ng 2 buwan na palugit. Ito, aataduhin ko yan. Bubumbayin ko yan. Sorry, Bala. Bubumbayin ko yan. Hulug-hulugan ko. Yung bang makaraos lang. So, now, I think we are starting to introduce fiscal recovery. Pero malayo pa kami, malayo pa sa katotohanan. I just wanted to share to you the groundworks, the roadway towards addressing this problem. There was an idea before, and it was recognized by PCCI, Bloomberg, ARTA, DTI, when former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte created a directive, very specific directive, ease of doing business. And, you know, I, for one, and so with my colleague, my co-workers in government in Manila, we were one of the few or the first to tumugon. And we created the e-boss. No? In fact, even ARTA made it as a parang modelo ba? No? Mangyari, yung Go Manila, where people can pay online without meeting anybody. Now, they're not going to be a victim in the hallway by Pixel. So it's your choice. You go to Manila, fall in line for 7 hours just to pay taxes, or at the fingertips, comfort of your home, with your most valuable time. You just spend 5-7 minutes paying your obligations to the city, your business tax, your amilyar, and so on and so forth. Umunlad yun, lumaki yun. Kaya nga ang aming inefficiency, this is the word, inefficiency rate or performance fell at 19% only in terms of target income. Kasi bumuti yung koleksyon. 3 taon lang po ko nawala. We are now at 39%. Yes. 39% na hindi nare-realize. Why? Bumalik po kami sa era ng tira ballpen. Yung mga matatanda rito, alam mo ibig sabihin ng tira ballpen. Alam mo, makapangyarihan yung daliri. Pinatay nila yung e-boss. Hindi nila inoperate. Moving on, we open it. We resume. Did you know, guys, I have to give it to my people. I have to give it to them. Did you know, when we open it, in less than 10 days, we've raised 103 million payment and 433 new business approved in the city of Manila. So just imagine the lost opportunity for the last 1,000 days of our lives, for the past 1,000 days of our lives. If we can do more efficient way on making you feel that it's better to do business in Manila. More opportunity there. And the government understand me. The government gives me value. It's our message. You do business in Manila, no harm will come to you. No abuse by our people. Alam mo yung inspection? Alam mo yung mga inspection, di ba? Sanidad. Kararating lang ng sanidad, pinakain mong tanghalian. Mamayang hapon, nandiyan na may electrical, may merienda yun. Before yun ay natapos ang araw, lahat ng tao ng gobyerno nandoon sa iyo. Gumastos ka siguro mga 3,000, chicha pa lang. Hindi ka pa nagpapadulas. These are type of habits that disturb business hour, business people, the transaction. Now, here I am, before you. Pag may gumanyan, ulit, pag kayong mahihiya na abalahin ako. In fact, gusto nyo, gasain nyo ko. I mean, like, metaphorically. Yeah? You go come and see me. Kasi, Ang opisina ko talaga, tumatakbo yan, minsan hanggang gabi. Hindi ko na po yan binubuhat ang bangko ko, yung iba sa inyo rito. No, nakapunta na sa akin ng alas 8, alas 9 ng gabi, may opisina pa ang gobyerno. Because I really wanted to correct things. I cannot give you perfect government. I, for one, is not perfect. Only God, si Jesus lang ang perfect. But I guarantee you, we will create certainty of our rules. We will not change the rules in the middle of the ball game. We will do consistently on what we believe that can make Manila pleasant. Manila is old, but it's a lot of story and history. Ang setback namin, luma kami. Pero yung setback na yan, that disadvantage is our advantage. Why? We have more story to tell. So, while it is true that we are old, but we have history and culture, at the same manner, hindi naman kailangan maging dugyot kami sa Maynila. We can have a pleasant environment that there is law and order and certainty of our rules in Manila. That is our goal. And all other things, maghanap buhay kayo, magiging handa kami at maluwag namin kayong tinatanggap sa lungsod ng Maynila. And bago mahuli ang lahat, I think I need to update you. Malapit na po tayong matapos sa garbage crisis in the city of Manila. When I say crisis, these are the mountainous garbage that you saw already. Wala na po tayo sa highway. Wala na po tayo sa avenida. Nasa iskinita na po tayo ngayon. Ibig sabihin, we are about to be finished. We are about to make and bring back the normalization of garbage collection in the city of Manila. Kaya malapit na yan. Ang pakiusap ko lang, ako naman makikisuyo. May mga bago akong pinatutupad at yung isa effective na. We saw how effective it is. The hours, timeline, a particular geography, you will be told by your barangay official on when to bring out your trashes. Ayan, meron na yun. 380 plus already were informed and seminar and guided by the city government. We still about 500 barangays to go to educate and to tell them to synchronize the garbage operation collection in the city of Manila. Ito lamang naman ang pakiusap ko. Huwag niyo munang ilabas pag wala pa yung oras ninyo. Even in the negosyo. Pero ang garantiya ko naman, hindi ko naman bubulokin yan sa loob ng bahay ninyo. Hindi katulad nung dati. In fact, hindi ko alam kung may mga kamag-anak kayo sa negosyo sa Elcano, Santo Cristo, Tabora, Ilaya, Carmen Planas, Asuncion, MD Santos. Because recto is non-negotiable. Doon, ibinalik ko yung mga manininda para makapagana buhay sila. We apply the live and let live principle. But there is government. Hindi sila ang masusunod. Gobyerno ang masusunod kung gusto nila maghanap. Kailangan may madaanan pa rin ng tao. And there are things that are non-negotiable and we cannot tolerate, not a single one can be tolerated. Now, yung Divisoria Night Market natin, which helped our talipapa, palengke in Metro Manila, because most of your supplies, sibuyas, kamatis, bawang, repolyo, pechay, patata, sayote, lahat yan, ibinabagsak sa Maynila tuwing gabi. You know, when I said about the collection of garbage, the time, I introduced three timeline collection system. Nagsimula kami, unang koleksyon, alas 9 ng gabi. Pangalawang koleksyon, alas 2 sa madaling araw. At ang huling koleksyon, pagsara ng tindahan nila, alas 4. Alam mo, ngayon, dati-rati, nung unang panahon ko, inaabot kami ng alas 8 na malinis yung dagta at basura. Ngayon, alas 6 pa lang, nadadaanan na ng tao muli. Parang walang nangyari kagabi sa Recto Avenue. So, effective. It gave us good results. That's why we are now escalating the basic concept of timeline ng paglabas. Anyway, kahit itapon nyo naman sa labas yan, babalik din sa inyo yan. Baha sa Maynila. And I'm happy to share that the thing that I commissioned July 2021 is now finished. Maswertehan ko ba? Talagang Diyos, maraming pamamaraan. Maswertehan mo ba na yung pinakomission ko 3 years ago, tapos na ngayon. We have now adopted the general master plan of our drainage system in Manila. Huwag kayo masyado ma-excite, may plano na. Kasi wala pa nagagawa. No? But the thing is, when we are now or about to spend every single cent of the city government's resources, the PWH resources, MMDA resources, it will now be on the basis of a plan. Kasi po, ang tubo, share ko lang ng kaunti yung tubo ng mga pinaggagawa ng mga ahensya kasama ang lungsod ng Maynila, hindi po nagpang-uusap. Yes. Kaya nabubuslo o napupunta sa drainage, literally, yung resources ng gobyerno. But at least now, for future, not only sa akin magsimula, but yung susunod na henerasyon, may Biblia na ang mga ahensya ng gobyerno. Kaya may awa ang Diyos. And yesterday, with the help of MMDA, those who have buildings and businesses in the Ermita Malate area, particularly Avenida, nagtataka kayo, naglaba pa lang ang langit, baha na kagad sa Maynila. Umiihi pa lang ang langit, baha na kagad sa Maynila. Why? Because of a particular system that block the water outflow to Ross Boulevard. The good thing, the best decision, the best project to address that was done during the last administration when they built STP with regard to following Mandamus ruling by the Supreme Court. So ulitin ko perfect. Tama yung ginawa ng nakaraang administrasyon. Hindi po ng lokal ng nasyonal. I don't want to sound political. Basta gusto ko lang, we call a spade a spade. No? Nung ginawa ng panahon ni Pangulong Duterte, tama yung STP. Bakit nagbaha? Ang tamang sagot naman ngayon, kulang. So anong tamang approach? Gumawa pa ulit. Yun ang tamang approach. Kasi, para magka-idea kayo, ito yung barbula, o ito yung tubo. Yung tubong ginawa. Yung volume of water, changing times. Ganito nakalaki. Mabubulunan. Saan mapupunta yung tubig? Hindi pwede pumunta yung tubig sa dagat because of the STP made. Para ang itatapong wastewater sa Ross Boulevard ay malinis na, is dumaan sa system, which is STP. Kaso tumigil na tayo. Ang ganda na nga, may susundan na tayo So the best solution is to build more. Once it's effective, no matter who did it, you just copy it. Pag magaling, kinokopya. But now, I have to be answerable to my people under Section 16 of the Local Government Code, or what you call the General Welfare Clause. For the meantime, hinugot namin yung isang harang. Just to limit the damage to property and life via Avenida or Top Avenue where your kids goes to school. Ayoko maging pragman yung mga anak ninyo. Lumalangoy sa gitna ng kalsada. And it may damage the property. But that is temporary. I'm declogging. That is temporary. I am now ordering others to do the same. But that's temporary. It's a day-to-day activity. But the real solution is to create catch basin, to create more properly well-connected, in sync drainage system, and the STP must be duplicated. Ibig sabihin, nandyan na yun. Isa, dalawa, tatlo. O tira pa tayo ng dalawa. O tira pa tayo ng tatlo. Kaya lang, for the meantime, kaya pag may nagbaha ulit doon sa, kung meron man kayo rito, sabihin nyo kagad sa amin, at sana, pag sinabi nyo sa amin, sabihin nyo din sa amin, humupa ba ng mabilis? When you report it to us. Kung humupa ng mabilis, we are in a good condition. The bad condition is, tapos na ulan, baha pa sa inyo. May problema tayo. Kailangan na nating i-angioplasty yan. Ganun lang po ang nangyayari. But we are into it. I am personally into it. Looking at it as if it's an everyday thing for me as part of my daily action. So, muli, again, fellow Rotarians, thank you very much for your time. I am honored and grateful to each and every one of you. Now, my last request is, pwede ba bumalik na kayo ulit sa Maynila at magnegosyo na kayo ulit? MBN. In my heart, in my mind, MBN. Minimum basic needs. Housing, education, healthcare, and jobs. Jobs I cannot provide. I cannot sustain the government providing jobs. It is for the businesses to provide jobs. And government should create policy to make business, the doing and conducting of business. Ayun ang kailangang gawin at pagtuunan ng gobyerno. I need to provide jobs for my fellow Manileños. And again, I assure you, walang mga abuso sa inyo under my watch. And I'm going to do it in the next 10 years of our lives in the city of Manila. Balik na kayo. Sayang naman. Ha? Pare, yung 7 shop mo, pre-approved na kagad. No. I cannot do it alone. I need your help. Let's come together and let's make Manila great again. Maraming salamat. Pagpalain nawa kayo ng pong may kapit. Manila, God first. Thank you.